Hi, I'm Ali and welcome to my channel. Today I have the Whisky Loot Chapter 6 to share with you. For us it's June 2021, but Chapter 6 in a 12 chapter story for Whisky Loot. So I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. For $59 a month or $49 for your first month, you can sign up and receive 3 whiskey samples in your little box with some tasting notes. It is actually just a 12-month subscription, so there are 36 whiskies in total that you will receive. You can start anytime you like, but each month that you start, you'll start with chapter 1. So this one was one that I bought for my husband for Christmas, so we started chapter 1 in January, so our chapter 6 is June 2021. So let's tuck in and I'll show you a little bit about it. It comes in a nice little hardcover little box with a little magnetic closure on it, and up the top it says that whiskey will not cure, there is no cure for. Always has a little bit of a saying and nice little gold writing. I'll try not to let my light blow out on that one for you. And inside it'll give you your little chapter 6, our little booklet, and sometimes there's a little bonus in there as well. So chapter 6. This tells us that this is the Outback Exploration Month. So that is awesome because that's all Australian whiskies in this one. And here's our little whiskey. So they're all 60 mils, which is like 2 standard drinks. So it gives you a nice chance to try it. Hubby has found some amazing ones in here and some that he really likes that we put on the wish list. Should we find any full-size bottles at a good price at our local bottlers. So in it, it will tell you about each of the little whiskies. Tells you a little bit about each of them. Tells you about each one, about the nose, the taste, the finish, gives you the flavour wheel. So it's right in for those people that like all the different tastings and notes of a particular whiskey. The QR code, I'll show you down the bottom of each one. Now this actually goes to a video which has full tasting notes, so you can actually go right through your journey, whether you're brand new into whiskies or you're getting right into them and there is a whiskey lover in your life. They will certainly like the Whisky Loot one. So let's tuck in and we'll have a look. The first one is Cowra Characters. So it shows you what the bottle looks like if you were to buy it in the store. This is what our little Whisky Loot one looks like. So it gives you all the information. It's just not focusing properly. There you go. Gives you all the information on there as well. So it tells you the whiskey, where it's from, matured in Australian wine barrels, tells you that it was from Cowra, New South Wales, tells you the alcohol percentage, how many standard drinks, and this has no age statement. So if they are aged, it also tells you on here as well. So the Cowra Distilling Co. for this one. The Cowra Characters celebrates the people behind the whiskey made in the distillery in Cowra, New South Wales. A very approachable, a single malt wine cask whiskey that exhibits floral honeycomb sweetness on the nose. The palate shows the combination of French and American oak influences with sweetness following and good spirit interrogation. I'll get that word right. So that tells us what it is. It's a nice little glass bottle with a little metal lid. There's our first one. And the second one is, this is the Launceston Distillery in Tasmania. Launceston, I should say, for those in Tasmania. And that tells you all about it there as well. So this one is no aged either, and it's matured in virgin American oak barrels, and it's 2.2 standard drinks. And our third one is the Upshot, which is the Whippersnapper Distillery. Upshot Australian whiskey, and this one's close to home for me. It's from Perth in WA. It's still about 800 k's from me, but that's the closest one for us. So what does it say about that one? It says the Whippersnapper handcraft all their whiskies from 100% West Australian grains. Upshot is a unique Aussie spin on the wheated bourbon style, much like the illustrious Maker's Mark. artfully aged in virgin oak in Perth's urban Mediterranean climate. The wood and fruity new make this dram an award winner. I think there's a little bit of a spelling mistake there. That's what we've got, and it's upshot. So these are all Aussie ones. So there's our three little bottles. I'll put them all together so you can have a look. That's all of them for this month. So that's what we have, and they actually pop into, I'll just stick them back in so they don't fall out. I'll show you. When they're in the little box, there's little finger marks and they sit into some nice little hard foam. So they travel very, very safe. They always get here completely undamaged, and it's a great little way to store them as well. With your first chapter, you actually receive a tasting notes book that gives you all sorts of little spots where you can write down whether you like it, what you think of it. We've actually opted to just up here near the names put some ticks, either 1, 2 or 3, and we can quickly have a look to see which ones were hubby's favourite. Excuse me. And on the very back it tells you a little sneak peek about chapter 7, which will be our next box. Chapter 7. So chapter 7 is going to get to taste the best of the best. Well done. You're about to pass the halfway point. There you go. So it gives you heaps of different ones, tells you all the different badges that you've actually earned or that you've seen, which is different countries, different types of whiskey. So it's just a great little way to experiment. And hubby was into whiskies. He went to Scotland and came back with a favourite of his. But in saying that, coming back, he's been able to experiment with all these different ones and found a few new ones that he likes as well. Gee, I can't get my words out today. So what did you think? Have you seen this before? I have also noticed that the company, they actually call it Liquor Loot rather than Whisky Loot. There is a gin one. So I'm looking at maybe getting into that one once we finish the whiskey one. And trying those out as well. But there's no other subscriptions that I've seen that actually do this for you and give you the sample sizes each month. There's a few where you can get a full bottles, but this way you get to try 3 each month. And if it's one that you don't particularly like, then you're not stuck with that bottle that you've spent a little bit on, because some of these bottles can be $100, $200, even $300. So it's nice to be able to get them and try them like this. So I hope you've liked that one. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you've got a favorite one, or if you haven't seen any other subscriptions that are like this. I'd love to check them out as well. I do all sorts of unboxings on my channel, support Australian businesses. I've got makeup and skincare and snacks and some seeds and paper goods and things at the moment, and I'm slowly building our repertoire. So I'd love for you to hang out for me. If you want to see some more, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up on this video. I'd love to hear from you. I'm really enjoying bringing this to you, and hopefully we'll be bringing you this for quite a while. So in the meantime, I hope you've had a great day. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.